Throughout history, few names have inspired as much mystery as Abraxas. Some called him a god, others called him a demon. Some claim he was worshipped by the earliest Gnostics. Others believe he holds the secret to the universe itself. But what if almost everything you've heard about Abraxas is built upon fragments? Tonight, we aren't chasing myths. We're following the evidence. Welcome to the Forgotten Scroll.
Who the heck is Abraxas?
If you search for Abraxas today, you encounter an astonishing variety of claims. Some describe him as the supreme god of the Gnostics, others identify him with Satan. Still others equate him with Lucifer, the demiurge, or even Jesus. In modern psychology, Carl Jung interpreted Abraxas as a symbol that transcends the duality of good and evil. And across social media, countless videos confidently explain who Abraxas really was. There's just one problem. Very little of it is certain. In fact, one of the greatest challenges historians face is that the man who commonly associated with Abraxas left behind almost no surviving writings. His name was Basilides. Basilides taught in Alexandria during the early 2nd century, probably during the reigns of the Roman emperors Hadrian and Antonius Pius. He was one of the earliest Christian teachers, later labeled Gnostic. According to the 4th century church historian Eusebius, Basilides became influential enough that later Christian writers devoted entire books to refuting his teachings. Yet ironically, the writings they opposed have almost entirely disappeared. Basilides is believed to have written a work called the Exegetica, a commentary in 24 books. None of those books survive intact. Imagine trying to reconstruct Einstein's theory of relativity without reading Einstein. Instead, all you possess are books written by people who disagreed with him. That is essentially the position historians face with Basilides today.
If Basilides' own books are gone, then where does our information come from?
Our knowledge comes primarily from 3 ancient Christian authors. The first is Araneus, Bishop of Lyons, around the year 180 CE. He composed Against Heresies, a massive work written to refute groups he considered false teachers. In Book 1, Chapter 24, Araneus attributes to Basilides the teaching that reality consists of 365 heavens, with the mysterious figure Abraxas associated with the highest of these heavens. He also notes that the Greek letters of Abraxas add up numerically to 365. Our second witness is Hypatius of Rome, writing several decades later in refutation of all heresies. His description is much longer and much stronger. Rather than beginning with hundreds of heavens, Hypatius says Basilides taught that before anything existed, there was the non-existent God. From this incomprehensible source came what Basilides called the panspermia, the all-seed, containing the potential for everything that would ever exist. Our third major witness is Clement of Alexandria. Unlike the others, Clement actually quotes portions of Basilides and his followers. Those surviving quotations are among the closest things we possess to Basilides' own voice. Here's where the mystery deepens. These 3 witnesses don't always agree. Modern scholars have repeatedly warned that reconstructing Basilides' theology is extraordinarily difficult. Historian Berger A. Pearson notes that many scholars have regarded Hypatius' account as preserving a more authentic version of Basilides' system than Araneus, but he also cautions that the relationship between the 2 accounts remains debated. In other words, we are reconstructing a lost philosophy through the writings of critics who sometimes contradict one another.
History doesn't always hand us complete books. Sometimes it hands us broken pages. The challenge isn't filling in the missing pieces with certainty. The challenge is learning where certainty ends and mystery begins.
Unfortunately, certainty is exactly what many modern discussions offer. Today, Abraxas has been called the supreme god, the demiurge, Lucifer, Satan, a demon, a forgotten pagan deity, even an alien intelligence. But very few of those claims can be traced directly to the surviving historical evidence. Instead, they often emerge from centuries of speculation, combined with the simple fact that so much of Basilides' own work has been lost. This documentary is going to take a different approach. Whenever we're discussing established history, I'll tell you. Whenever scholars disagree, I'll tell you. And later, when I present an interpretation of my own, I'll tell you that too. Because the search for truth begins with intellectual honesty.
So, if Abraxas wasn't the highest god, then who was? To answer that, we must first meet perhaps the most mysterious god ever described in the ancient world, a god beyond existence itself.
One of the most profound descriptions of Basilides' cosmology comes from Hypatius of Rome in his refutation of all heresies. Before anything existed, before space-time or even the concept of existence itself, there was the non-existent God. This language is not atheism, as scholars like Berger, A. Pearson, Bentley Layton, and other specialists in early Gnosticism have explained. It reflects a radical form of negative apophatic theology. God is so utterly transcendent that he lies beyond all human categories, including being itself. This idea has deep resonances with later Christian mystics, such as Pseudo-Dionysius, the Areopagite, and with Neoplatonic thought, where the ultimate divine principle is described by what it is not. From this incomprehensible non-existent source emerged the panspermia, the all-seed. This is not a seed in the ordinary botanical sense. It is a cosmic principle containing the complete potential for everything that would ever exist. Every heaven, every angel, every soul, every star, every world, and every form of life. According to Hypatius, the seed did not create the universe through deliberate action or speech in the familiar biblical sense. Instead, reality gradually unfolded from it as an organic process, higher realms emerging first, followed by lower ones in a vast cosmic hierarchy. Hypatius describes how this unfolding eventually produced 365 heavens. Araneus, writing earlier in Against Heresies, connects Abraxas to this number, noting that the Greek letters of Abraxas add up to 365 through the ancient practice of isosophy. Pearson and other historians note that Hypatius may preserve a more philosophically developed version of Basilides' teaching than Araneus. Both are reports from the opponents, not Basilides' own Los Exegetica in 24 books.
So, if Abraxas wasn't the highest god, then what was he?
While Basilides' writings largely disappeared, the name Abraxas survived on thousands of engraved gemstones found across the Roman Empire. These gems typically show a striking figure, rooster head, human torso, serpent legs, whip, and shield, often blending Greek, Egyptian, Hebrew, and other sacred names. They were likely used as protective amulets in the syncretic magical culture of late antiquity. Scholars such as Berger A. Pearson, Hans Dieter, Betz, and experts in Roman magic caution that while some gems may reflect Gnostic ideas, there is no strong evidence they were produced specifically by Basilides' followers. They belong to a much broader tradition. Over the centuries, the name evolved through medieval speculation and Renaissance occultism. In the 20th century, Carl Jung, in the Seven Sermons to the Dead, 1916, presented Abraxas as a powerful psychological symbol of wholeness that transcends good and evil.
History gives us fragments. Archaeology gives us clues, but neither tells us everything.
After weighing the evidence, Araneus' link of Abraxas to the 365 heavens, Hypatius' account of the non-existent God and the panspermia, the magical gems in the absence of Basilides' own writings, here is my own hypothesis clearly presented as interpretation rather than established fact. What if Abraxas is not a separate supreme deity, but a symbolic name representing the entire ordered structure of the cosmos that unfolded from the panspermia? In other words, Abraxas as the personified totality of the 365 heavens and the creative power emerging from the non-existent God. This reading helps unify the numerical symbolism, the connection to the heavens in the patristic reports, and the name's enduring presence in magical contexts. It is not explicitly stated in the sources, but it offers a coherent way to understand the evidence we have. In the end, the mystery of Abraxas invites us to embrace the humility before the fragments of history and to find wonder in the search itself. Thank you for watching The Forgotten Scroll. If this exploration resonated with you, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next scroll.